What's up, replayers? We'll see if this title works. we'll see if this title works. What's up? What's up? What up, Eddie? What's up? What's up? Doing great. Yeah, they said we were killing too many pips, so we had to get put into jail. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm just messing with you guys. You know I'm corny as hell, but it don't matter because we're making pips. So yeah, guys. Tonight, 420. Is it 420? Damn. Starting to get worried about what? There's nothing to worry about. We got this game on fucking lockdown, baby. I'm trying to make this. Where you were? Oh yeah. So I just had a family thing to take care of. But yeah, if I was away from the computer, definitely I turned Prime off, so this way it wasn't giving signals. If I couldn't monitor it, right? So you guys know that, though. You guys know that controlling risk is my #1 thing. And you know, anytime that I am not able to control the risk, there will not be signals going out. Because the #1 thing with trading is to not lose money. The #2 thing is to not lose money. Ah, crap, Scott. That's not cool. We had some good trades this morning. We're up like 28 pips so far. It wasn't that great of a morning. It was really slow. Like a lot of the morning movement has been very sporadic. We had a few days where it was really good. This morning it started off really good. Good morning. USD CAD had a nice move this morning. Prime caught some of it. Which trades went against you? So I want you guys to do one thing. I want you to email me the size lots that you guys are trading and how that compares percentage-wise to your equity. Because I have to know exactly how you guys are determining your stops, if anything, because Prime is not necessarily determining any stops. So I want to know if you guys, what kind of stops you guys can take in terms of risk reward. All right? Because I'm going to change some settings to make sure that you guys don't take any losses. If you guys get freaked out by like a 5 pip or a 10 pip loss, then there are going to be points where you do take a loss because you're gonna get out at that 10 pip loss. You know what I mean? But the goal obviously is to not take losses. Sometimes it's hard for Prime to narrow things down to less than 5 pips. But I mean, if you can narrow the excursion down to less than 5 pips on every single trade, that's really good. You know what I mean? So obviously that's the goal. That's what we're trying to attempt, but that isn't always going to be the case because there's a lot of volatility in the market. So I want you guys to email me, you guys that are members that are getting the alerts, email me and tell me exactly what your comfort zone is in terms of pip swings, okay? If a position goes against you, X amount of pips, tell me at what point you start to get nervous, because if it's only 5 pips, that means you guys are trading lot sizes that are way too big for your account equity. That means you're using too much leverage. Does that make sense? Let's get some followers. Let's get some hearts. So ideally, you know, if a 5 pip swing goes against you and you're sweating, that means you're using way too much leverage. And that's the temptation when early on. That's the temptation because you want to get that account up quickly. Don't do that though. Oh, great. Great, Scott. Guys, thanks for popping in the room. If you guys are new to the room, my name is Jay Salvati. I am the #1 Forex trader in the world. We use a system called FX Prime. It's an automated trading system, or semi-automated, rather. It gives the signals, and I decide whether to take them or not. So thank you for joining us this morning. It's 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we are currently short the USD CAD. Gotcha. Just email me, Eddie, so this way I can put it, I can notate it. I have a spreadsheet for you guys. Cool. Dwayne, what's up? Good morning. But yeah, I'm here to stay, guys. If something happens and and I'm gone for a few hours, don't think that I got kidnapped. At least if it's more than a day, then start to worry. What's going on? Enjoying this Wednesday morning, guys. Enjoying this Wednesday morning. No. I was joking with you guys, saying that we killed too many pips. We're killing too many pips, so they said you can't do that anymore, and they had to put us away for a while. Boys, Latan, Diddy, Babette, how are you? How are you guys? So, I actually did a bunch of updates to Prime in the last 2 days as well, guys. So what we should be noticing is that the precision for the entries should be a lot better. All right? And so there's two aspects to any algorithm. Actually, three aspects. We talked about them, right? I tell you guys this all the time. Determining the entry, determining the exit, and then controlling risk in between. All right. So what I want you guys to do right now is, if you guys have been losing any trades, you need, first of all, remember I told you guys, hola, what's up? Remember I told you guys you need to keep a trade journal? Remember that? So when you keep your trade journal, right? If you notate every single trade, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. All right. Just write down how many pips. Hi, Russia. How are you? What do I think about Russia? I think Russia's cool. I want to go see some architecture in Moscow. So when it comes to your trades, record the trades. Record if it's a plus or minus. Record if there was excursion. If the trade initially did go against you, record how much it went against you before it started going for you. And what I want you to do is all of the trades that you close at a loss, every single trade that you close at a loss, okay? Write down exactly, what was I going to say? Write down what the mistake you think was. Euro, JPY, USD CAD. USD CAD, we're still in, Eddie. We're still in that trade right now. Okay. All right. What was your stop loss at 10? 10 pips? Because the high, it went against us 12 pips at one point. So your stop loss had to be within that 12 pip range, right? You there, Eddie? Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie? Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie? I think Eddie got booted. Yeah, 10. Okay. So here's the deal, right? When it comes to Prime, okay, cool. When it comes to Prime, of course, it can operate on any time series. It can operate on the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour, whatever. It doesn't matter what the time series is. It's going to operate. The thing is that the swings become very quick if it's too small of a time series, and they become very large if it's too big of a time series. Okay. So, for instance, you know, if we played the 4-hour time chart, we could be in trades for like 2 days at a time, and it could go against us like 60 pips, 50 pips before we make like a 200 or 300 pip profit. But the fact of the matter is that you guys that have new accounts cannot afford a 50 pip swing, right? I mean, that just makes sense. So initially, when you start off, what the goal is we got to start, you know, taking anywhere between scalps and a little bit bigger than scalps. No, we're talking about currencies. We're talking about currencies, YSN. So, does that make sense, Eddie? You know, so if something swings against us 10 pips, we're looking typically for a 20 to 25 pip gain. Cool. And like I said, as time goes on, it will become more accurate with the entry points. There are times, like if the market is moving very quick, the entries could be a little risky. Because by the time Prime gets in and sends you guys the alert at the same time, but there's slippage because the carrier takes so much friggin' time to get you guys the alert. So all week, what I've also been doing is researching the quickest way to get you guys an alert. I was looking into Telegram, but my God, their customer service is shit. I've literally been speaking to Telegram 6 days straight on their customer service. 6 days straight. And they can't give me an answer on the question that I asked. Like, do I want to use a system that won't give me an answer for 6 days? And everybody's raving about, you know, teleport, or Telegram, whatever the fuck it's called. And you know what? You can't get an answer for 6 days? Like, seriously? And this is their own messaging system. So I telegram them on their customer service Telegram, and they haven't gotten back to me in 6 days. And I've been actually, every time I email them, every time I write them on Telegram, I also write them, I DM them on Twitter, and I add them on Twitter. And so one person got back to me, and then I never heard from them again. We didn't even get to have a conversation to fix my problem. So now you can imagine if something happens when we're in a trade, you know, who am I going to call? There's no customer service there. So every time that someone recommends Telegram to me, I'm going to say Telegram has shit customer service. Because why would people recommend it if you can't even get through to a person after a week? Like literally a week of pinging them every single day. Same question every single day, and they can't answer it. Anyways, enough of that jazz. Right? I mean, it's not ready yet. It's not ready for enterprise use yet. If I can answer emails in like 48 hours, they should be able to answer it in 48 hours. I understand they're growing fast, but that just means that their infrastructure can't take it yet. And that's when disasters happen. When you have when you have an awesome product with no customer service, it means your infrastructure isn't ready. I've thought about that. The thing is, with all these applications, getting through to someone, if there's a need for customer service, no. That's what everybody was talking about. What are you talking about? Bail bonds? No. We're just killing too many pips, so we had to. They told us to calm down. It's funny. I was wondering how many people would come into the room just because of that headline. So I was trying to use a little bit of marketing savvy there. So didn't mean to just give you guys some type of alternative point of view as to what was going on in the room. But what we always joke about is we call ourselves pip killers because we take pips from the Forex market. So if you're new to Forex or if you don't understand what that means, then then the joke will go over your head. But for the people that have been following my feed for a while, they know what the joke is. But thanks, yeah. On trial for Pip Murray, yeah. Income Properties, what's up? But yeah, I can't understand why all these messaging apps, their customer service is just like non-existent. It's non-existent, man. And they still grow, which is the amazing thing. Good morning. Good morning, Income Properties. How are you? They still grow like at an alarming rate. Like Telegram's getting like 1 million new subscribers a day. It's between like 1 or 7 million subscribers per day. And it keeps getting updated higher and higher. And but they don't have any customer service, unfortunately. So it's like if you need anything fixed or anything changed or anything done or have a question, there's zero support there. So I don't know. We just work with it. Yeah, there might be. I might try GroupMe. Like that's always my fear, though. If the app goes down and we're in the middle of a trade, there's no backup. So essentially, what I'm trying to look into is something that has a backup. So it must have an app, and it must also have like a web-based component to it as well. So this way, if the app goes down, you guys could always log on through the desktop and not be locked out of a trade or not wonder. Does that make sense? So we got 15 minutes till America opens up. So how you guys doing this week? It's the hump day, of course, Wednesday. I've actually pulled three. Again, this is my third all-nighter. Last night, Sunday, I pulled an all-nighter. Monday night and Tuesday night. So 3 all-nighters. I'm gonna shoot for 2 weeks. Eddie's killing it with me, man. Eddie's killing it with me. Essentially what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build enough leverage to where we don't have to have crazy hours. Ideally, if we get like 1 or 2 good trades, then we will call it a day. Scott. All right, man. See, I know you guys are hustling with me, so I'm putting in that much work too. You guys can know that right away. I'm absolutely putting in that much work as well. I want this to succeed on a level where people think it's like insane, where people think it's fake. You know what I mean? In order for that to happen, we have to profit on a daily basis, pretty much. The goal is always never a net negative day. If we can attain that goal, then we're already ahead of 90% of the traders. All right. The extra 10% of traders are the ones that are netting positive every single day to some degree. Those are the ones that are making a living from it. And then the other 9% that lose end up in a stupid trade that they watch. All right. So the other 9%, they have a system, but they don't have the risk management down. Does that make sense? So when they take a loss, it's a big loss, and it takes them, weeks or months to actually make back what they lost. And so what we do is we're foregoing. Yeah, Scott, that's one of the biggest ways to take 2 steps back and 1 forward is if you're taking those big losses. But if you notice, I'm very sensitive. Prime has a very sensitive trigger. When I actually coded the settings, I was very sensitive to avoid large losses. So we always have a stop loss at some point. And it's okay if you get stopped out and then the trade goes the way it was supposed to go. Don't worry about that, okay? You are not going to blow up your account taking a 10 pip loss. Does that make sense? Right, right. No one ever blew up their account taking a 10 pip loss, okay? Because if they did, that means that they were so leveraged that it was just a matter of time. Yeah, it's frustrating, and but the key is this, you know. The major key is to not give yourself such a dent to your account that it takes you weeks to get back into what they call the high water line, okay? So I'm going to explain this in a video. Let me write this down. I've got so many videos to make for you guys. Wow. I'm literally going to be busy for like a month making videos. So I didn't get a chance to make video number 3 yet. Thank you, buddy. I mean, I made it. I just need to I need to edit it. So I'm gonna get that done today, likely before noon. I want to see where this trade goes. Right now we're up. Are we up 20 pips on this? No, 10 pips on this trade. Yeah. All right, so we're up 10 pips on this trade, but I'm gonna let it ride a little further. Little bit further. We'll see how this trade goes. But you know, I think the biggest thing that we need to tell ourselves and remind ourselves is that when it comes to losses, you need to take a loss at some point. Okay? Even the best system in the world takes losses. On a percentage basis, guys, even with all of our losses, on a percentage basis, we're still killing every hedge fund in the world. You realize that, right? So what does that tell you? That means that they are also taking losses, but they're taking a little bit larger losses. They're probably placing trades just as frequently, if not more frequently. Okay? Because most of the funds, they have very high frequencies. You know, if we take 10 trades in a day, they probably take 100 times that. Because they're trading multiple, you know, not necessarily asset classes, but they're trading at the same time multiple crosses. All right? So, you know, we can't necessarily compare ourselves to them in terms of the volume that they're undertaking, but we can compare ourselves to them in terms of what's the net win on an average trade, okay? And so if a net win on an average trade is always positive, then that's fine. That's fine. That's what we got to do. Then we just find a way to increase the number of trades, okay? So if that makes sense, right? So this is a very much a math game, guys. This is very, very much a math game. I want you guys to understand that, you know, when people lose, I'm telling you, they're not losing because, you know, they closed out on a 10 pip loss. The people that lose and blow up their accounts, they take a position that they're absolutely dead set. It has to be right. It has to be right. Their ego initiates the position, not analysis, okay? Then they watch the position go against them. And so because psychology has proven, guys, and you guys are going to actually learn this. Actually, I might have spoken about it in, I think it was in video 1. A loss dents the emotions twice as much as a gain. Inflates the emotions. Did you guys hear that? So a loss will dent your emotions twice as badly as a win will inflate your emotions. And that's just like the human nature thing, right? Like we take losses and bad news and stuff like that much more negatively than we take positive news in a positive way. And that carries over into trading. That's how our mind is, because our mind is set to not take loss, okay? Our mind is set to not want to have loss. Forex analysis sources. In terms of data, or in terms of negativity, always has a bigger impact that is right. And that's why people lose the trades, because they end up watching it. Trends, well, I have a bunch of analysis tools, but the tool that we use to initiate positions is called FX Prime. It's based on artificial intelligence. I coded it myself, so it's a completely proprietary system that nobody else has. And so there are a few members that I have let into the beta of that system. If you're interested in the beta, we were having a 7-day trial, but there's no trial anymore. It's just going to be $97 a month. If you're interested, it's invite only. You can email me at info@fitbusinessman.com. info@fitbusinessman.com. And just give me your first name, last name, and Periscope handle, and tell me about your trading history. So this way I can see if it's right for you, and if you sound really cool and ambitious, then you usually get an invite. But people that don't really have a grasp of what's going on, if a person's so clueless that they don't know what a pip is, that's not necessarily bad. It's not wrong. It doesn't make them a bad person, but they're not going to be able to use this system because they won't understand exactly how impactful it is to their trading, because they probably never traded before, right? So, to that type of trader, is taking a loss or avoiding a loss any real big deal? No, because they don't know. If you make 50 pips in a day, they're like, oh, that's all right. But they don't realize that 50 pips in a day is killing it. You're killing it if you're making 50 pips per day. I mean, that could be $5,000 a day on 10 lots. So it's kind of like if a person doesn't understand how good something is, they'll never be able to use it anyways, right? Daybrit, what's up? Daybrit, what's up? I mean, you see that. Tons of people that just don't, they wouldn't be able to appreciate something that is actually extremely good or sensational because they don't have any experience with the opposite, right? You don't know what a good relationship is until you've had a bad relationship, etc., etc. That makes sense, guys? All right, guys. So if you, for you guys that were in this short position, in the USD CAD position, we're gonna close out here at 52, at 26.52. Make sense? We could actually just wait and see if it goes down more, but we went short at 67. So it was an okay trade. We could have exited at 47. That was kind of where I wanted to get out at 20 pips, but I got a bit distracted when the alert popped up. I shouldn't have been talking. Yeah, EuroCAD was a good trade. So we got out. We got 15 pips there. So everybody should be up. Everybody should have made money last night. Yeah, everybody should have made money last night. And as things develop, as Prime learns, a little bit more about how the market's reacting with each pair, it's actually going to get better and better every single day. I know I keep saying that, but it has to be reminded that that's the whole point of the artificial intelligence, is that as I add components to the system, it actually learns. So each time I do an update, it has to incorporate that. -5. Scott, when did you start trading? Because right now we're up 43 pips as of right now. If you guys have been trading the whole night, we should be up 43 pips. Scott, when did you start trading that you're down by that much? Oh, I thought you said you were -5. Yeah, there were a few trades that went against us 10 pips. And, oh, I thought that was you. That's weird. I must be seeing things. Oh. Eddie, you're -5 right now? When did you start trading? You must have took only the trades that had losses. Were you in every trade? Yay, nay? Chosen words, what's up? Alright. Zanetta, how are you? Some I couldn't catch. Yeah, the markets did. Now look at the retracement. You see that retracement? We're at 26.63 right now. That was like a 15 pip. That was almost a 15 pip retracement from the 47 low. Did you see that? So do you see how Prime avoids that volatility with the backlash? Right now we're at 26.63. The low of this candle was 26.47. That's like a 12 to 15 pip retracement, depending on where you got in. If we didn't exit that position, we'd now be 0. And that's the power of the algorithm right there. You guys see that? Insane. Right? That's crazy, man. Eddie, were you just out of the room? You missed it. This candle just retraced like all the way against us after Prime got us out. I mean, it's not against us, but we would still only be up, right, 15 pips versus 4 pips. You see the volatility? I'm telling you, if you don't have an automated system that at least tells you when to get in and when to get out, it doesn't have to execute the trades automatically. It does not have to have automatic execution of the trades. But if you don't have a system that tells you when to get in, when to get out, you're not going to make money in this market. You're going to sit there for hours and make nothing. That volatility is insane, man. Holy cow. The whole candle's almost retraced now. I'm looking at a 40-minute chart. On a tick chart, the candle, the whole thing is gone. Ah, okay. You got in the game a little late. That's okay. But man, can you believe that type? Yeah, can you believe that retracement that just happened? Now, I know why it happened because I actually just coded part of the algorithm that got us out of that position. All right, now listen to this. Prime's the code from Prime 2 weeks ago would not have got us out of that position with a gain. It would have got us out on the start of the next candle. So I'm adding stuff to it literally every single day. That gain right there, that 15 pip gain, was strictly because of what I added 2 nights ago. All right, so we're getting better. We're getting better. Yeah, so basically there's every single weakness, basically every algorithm has a weakness, okay? Most algorithms will have several, at least dozens of weaknesses. And when you find a way to eliminate the weakness, you have a block party. I mean, because essentially most people can't make an algorithm that makes money, period. But when you find an algorithm that works, there will be times where it just does not work. You can't make an algorithm that works no matter what market, right? So most funds will run multiple algorithms, okay? And they offset each other because like one will take a loss where another one takes a gain, so on and so forth. And so they're running multiple algorithms at the same exact time. But my point about this is that, you know, I'm one person. I obviously don't have the resources to hire 1,000 people to do analysis and make, 40, 50 different algorithms to trade the market. So what I have done instead is to try and really perfect one algorithm to where we may not get every single pip that moves, but what our net is going to be is always positive. That's always the goal, is to have that positive net every single day. So that's pretty interesting because that was the first time that I saw what I just coded 2 days ago in action, get us out of the position when it needed to get us out before the retracement occurred. And people will say you cannot predict the future, but that's bullshit because that just predicted the future. Not tooting my horn too much, but I don't stay up all night to make no gains, baby. I don't hit the gym to make no gains, baby. I hit the gym and I stay up all night for one reason, and that is to make gains in both accords. Make gains in both accounts. Right? We've got some trap playing in the house. Making all kinds of gains. Legend, you can email me. It's invite only. info@fitbusinessman.com. I'm under the moniker, thanks Eddie, I'm under the moniker info@fitbusinessman.com. Actually, that's my email. I'm under the moniker fitbusinessman on every social network. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Blab. Am I missing anything? There's so many of them now. Facebook. I rarely use Facebook. We could set up a private Facebook group or something like that, but I'm actually looking into something that's even faster than like a Facebook notification. Because sometimes those Facebook notifications go unnoticed. So I'm actually trying to discover whether an app-based alert appearing on your phone or a messaging system like Kik or GroupMe or something like that is faster. WhatsApp, I've looked into it, the problem is that I would have to add everybody by hand, which right now is okay, but how big can you make a group in WhatsApp? Because yeah, no problem. Just make sure you tell me what your. Obviously, I can remember you now, but an hour from now, I won't be able to remember. Guys, that candle has completely reversed. just tell me your username on Periscope, first name, last name, and just a one-paragraph introduction to your trading experience and why you want to get in on the beta. As of now, it's just $97 a month. There's going to be no introductory 7-day trial. We may do that in the future. 256 people in a group. All right. I don't know if that'll work because it doesn't scale. Like, obviously the group is eventually going to be larger than 256 people. So, you know, I would want to get something that scales much larger from the very start. Like, Telegram has 5,000 people capacity per room, which obviously 5,000 people is a very large amount of people. If I have to send a message out to more than 5,000 people at a time, at that point I will be able to hire multiple people. So it's all about leverage in terms of what we can get for our money's worth. Obviously, the leaner we operate, the better. And, you know, I do that as almost a testament to you guys because I want you guys to follow that lead and be lean in all that you guys do. Like, don't waste money, don't lose money, don't waste money. That's very important from a startup perspective. I don't know if any of you guys like are entrepreneurs outside of what we're doing with trading, but if you are, you need to really always learn that being lean, it's called being lean with your startup. It's essentially just not being frivolous with your money, your cash. And by doing that, you'll develop a mindset that really gives you some type of leverage in the long run. Euro USD SL. Yeah, it's been a sell since 1377, the Euro USD. Also, guys, as we grow, I'm also going to get multiple computers to run Prime at the same time on different currencies. So that's going to be pretty sick. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick, man. Okay, it's going to be sick. But, you know, as I said, being lean with a startup is extremely important. No problem, Scott. No problem. For you guys that are entrepreneurs out there, I will tell you one book that is probably going to blow your mind. It's called Crossing the Chasm. Let me show this. All right, I'm going to give you guys, for you guys that are entrepreneurs, I need to, I think on the back end, I'm going to make a necessary books to read list. Right now, I want you guys to really concentrate on only your trading knowledge. So I don't want to give you too many other resources because you guys are going to get burnt out. You're not going to have enough time to study trading. And obviously the trading right now is the most important. I mean, trading is absolutely the most important. And pretty much the reason why I'm going to tell you about this book, Crossing the Chasm, is because it does have applications to trading in terms of the mindset. But don't go out and read a lot of books. Don't get paralysis by analysis by reading too many sources of information. You're just going to kill your trading if you're spending all your time educating yourself. If you guys want to screenshot that. Anybody want to screenshot that? It's an awesome book. All right, so Crossing the Chasm by Jeffrey Moore. If you If you're an inventor, entrepreneur, anybody who wants to develop a product or a service, you must read that book. It will give you the entire mindset of how to start a business. Too many people look at businesses that are already operating. Okay, let me just give you guys like a quick little powwow here. There's an inherent danger if you look at a business or a service or a mentor who already has momentum, and that's who you're getting all your information from. That necessarily doesn't work out because they already have a system going for them. And so they may have huge holes, like a business may have huge holes in their income analysis and in their income potential, but you don't see it because they've got so much momentum. What you always want to do is try to get perspective from people that are just starting, that have a lot of momentum just starting out, okay? And Crossing the Chasm will teach you how to essentially do that, because it teaches you how to get to that point where you actually get traction with a business. In our case, it's directly applicable to your portfolio equity, okay? Because if you are a trader, your portfolio equity is the same as the equity in a company, okay? It's almost like if you're doing fundamental analysis and determining the market cap of a company, all right? The market cap of you as a trader is your equity curve. Does that make sense? So the market cap of you as a trader is your equity curve. And the bigger your equity curve gets, the bigger your market cap gets, essentially. So you are the business. Up here is your business. It's the knowledge that you guys are applying to the markets. I hope that makes sense. Hater 1900, what up? What up? Welcome to the room where we discuss how to kill pips in the Forex markets every single day. Every single day. Even Saturday and Sunday we discuss this. We do not sleep because money does not either. And since we are trying to attract that which does not sleep, we take naps. We take naps throughout the day at certain points when there's nothing going on. When the market cools down, stuff like that. But we know where the money's at, and we aim to take it. We aim to take it. So, what are we looking at here? Alright, so, I want to say something about USD CAD, man. First of all, if you notice any cross that even mentions CAD, even Euro CAD, very nice movement. We've got very nice cyclic movement here, very nice atmosphere to take 20 to 50 pips any given trade. I want you guys to take note of that. All right, take note when a market is giving these nice trends and cycles, because that's where you make your money. That's where you make your bread at. Now you see, if we stayed in that trade, we would be losing tremendously. Tremendously. Oy vey. We would be losing almost 60 pips that thing. No, sorry. We got out at... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm looking at USD CAD. We're at I'm looking at Euro CAD. We were on USD CAD. Alright, so here we are. Here we are. Alright, so... we would be down 30 pips right now. Alright? If we didn't exit that trade instead of being up 15. That's a net 45 difference. It's all about what it nets out to, right? So think about that. We didn't catch the trade on the way up, but I'm fine with that because we're profitable. I was talking to you guys, you know what I mean? I wasn't about to enter a position and have you guys enter a position when you're trying to pay attention to me. That's not good. So, guys, I'm gonna get to work on that video number 3 for you guys, so this way you guys can keep on looking. Ilham, how are you? How are you? Good morning from New Jersey, from the New York, New Jersey area. My name is Jay. I am also known as Fit Businessman. We kill pips on a daily basis. If you're interested in Forex trading, this is the place to be. Excellent. Excellent. France is in the house. France is in the house. Silky Black, what up? What up? Bonjour. Good morning. Good morning. Ilham, we're trading currencies. We're trading currencies. And we talk about trading currencies. So that is essentially what we do here. And we have fun doing it. We have fun doing it. Alright, alright. But anyways, guys, I'm just going to end with this as a recap. We are going to find a faster system to alert you guys. And I just have to make sure that it has an API so this way I can integrate it, okay? So it might take time to integrate it. I really don't want to put any more time into like technical snafu type crap because Prime takes enough of my time to keep updating. And then, of course, there's the back end with making sure that members are doing okay and the customer service and stuff like that. Luckily, you guys, thank you. You guys are an awesome group of people. You have... Adrian, cheers. You guys have done very well in terms of, you know, not necessarily needing a lot of my attention, other than, you know, the alerts and stuff like that. I've tried to make the back end as self-explanatory as possible because there's not much on there right now. But as the videos go up, and I'm probably going to get to the point where there's like 8 to 10 videos up, because there's so many things that I want you guys to learn on a consistent basis, just to have that intro foundation there. Nope, sorry, don't. So there's so much that I want you guys to learn from that base standpoint, that foundational standpoint, and I hope that as time goes on that will actually free up a lot of customer service time because people will be able to find that you know, all the answers on the videos, so to speak, and an FAQ section and stuff like that. So, you know, as we go along, things will get only a lot easier and better, and Prime's going to get a lot more accurate, and so on and so forth. Makes sense? Makes sense? Cool, cool. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm wearing a lot of hats right now because what happens is when you develop an algorithm, because there's so much of it that is proprietary, there's obviously intellectual property and trust issues. So a lot of stuff I just, you know, I'm not like a normal business where I can just outsource everything. That can't happen because everything I'm doing here is proprietary, and just outsourcing certain parts of things would take up more time than actually probably doing it myself at this point. Does that make sense? So putting a team together to get done what I would be doing would take as much time as me doing it at this point. That may change in the future, but that's where we're at right now. Make sense? All right. You guys know how to reach me. If you need to get to me, email. If it's like super urgent, well, there's only 3 people in this room, so obviously nothing is super urgent right now. But I'm gonna actually make a video on I'll probably just add it. You guys can see it at the bottom of the payment page. If it's super urgent, you can give me a call, 855 Fit Businessman. But only call me if it's like a super urgent thing, because otherwise I usually won't answer my phone for anything. There's just too much going on for me to actually field the phone calls that may be some type of telemarketer. So I usually let everything go through the email. And I don't want anybody else getting in that mix. So if it's urgent, you can reach out phone-wise. But for the most part, email is almost instantaneous. I'll get your emails usually within an hour if you email me. All right? Probably at the most 2 hours. Unless it's on a weekend. Weekends it might be more, but it's rarely more. All right? All right, guys. So listen. Everybody should be profitable right now if they took all the trades. If you did not, then we're going to actually go over your notes, okay? Go over your trade notes and see exactly why you're not profitable. If it's because of the slippage, if it's because there was slippage with the SMS, that's one story. You need to tell me, okay? If it's because your stop loss got hit, tell me that as well. Just email me and tell me if you guys were down tonight. You know, Prime is up 43 pips right now. So no one should technically be down right now. But if you are down, that means you weren't in every trade, or you somehow your stop losses got activated, or there's something that happened. And so we need to clear that up and make sure that you're not down from this point forward, okay? I literally want every single person to be profitable. Every single person that is a Prime member will be profitable, okay? That is the goal. That has been the goal from day one, and that is the only thing I see as being successful, is if every single person profits. All right? All right. You guys know how to get to me. I'm going to finish that third video. You too, Scott. Keep up the great work. Stay positive. Go through your notes. Remember, this is a self-explanatory assignment. It's like a mission. Okay? The more you learn about your mistakes and how to not make mistakes with trading, the more gains you will make on a daily basis. I promise you. Every single person that messes up, I've looked at a lot of people, and I've mentored a lot of people. Yeah, I will, Eddie. The people that mess up usually make the same exact mistakes over and over and over, okay? Don't be that person. That's the vast majority of people. They make the same exact mistakes over and over and over. And usually it has to do with trying to call tops in the market or bottoms in the market and not paying attention to a system. But if you are making a mistake over and over, whether it's setting too small of a stop loss, or maybe there's slippage in the system, you know, maybe you live in, you know, some rural part of the United States, or some rural part where your carrier is like delaying the SMS for like an extra 5, you know, minutes, or an extra 3 minutes. That makes all the difference with trading. So whatever the snafus are, we're going to eliminate them one by one. All right? Email the snafu to me, and I will be the snafu kung fu person. I'll knock it out. It's a very corny morning. I can't help it, guys. When you're not getting sleep, your brain does not have a filter. It just comes out. Just remember that. Never go to a wedding when you're not getting sleep, because you don't want anything unfiltered to come out in that situation. All right, guys. Enjoy the day. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Ciao, Eddie.